Hey, this is Pragya Shah, and I am back with another book review. So, today's book is going to be another paleontology book, and this is by E.N.K. Clarkson. He is he is from Edinburgh, Scotland. So, he is from Europe, and this is just invertebrate paleontology and its evolution. E.N.K. Clarkson. I'll quickly go through, and this is published by Wiley India edition. This is the Blackwell Science, but this is Wiley India edition of the book, and the Indian edition is Wiley India. Okay, the contents. Principles of Paleontology Introduction. We have occurrence of invertebrate fossils in Phanerozoic rocks, hard part preservation, soft part preservation. Divisions of invertebrate paleontology, taxonomy, the species concept, nomenclature and identification of fossil species, taxonomic hierarchy, use of statistical methods, paleobiology, paleoecology, functional morphology, growth and form, stratigraphy, lithostratigraphy, biostratigraphy, chronostratigraphy. Then we have the evolution and the fossil record. So we have introduction, Darwin, the species and natural selection, inheritance and the source of variation, where does variation come from, significance of alleles, mutation, spread of mutation through population, isolation and species formation, genetic drift, gene pools, molecular genetics and evolution, gene regulation during development, fossil record and modes of evolution, microevolution, allopatric speciation, heterochrony, testing microevolutionary patterns, analysis of case histories, co-evolution, macroevolution, species selection, origins of higher taxa, rates of evolution, adaptive radiations and extinction, competition and its effects, summary of paleontological evolution theory. Then we have the major events in the history of life. So here we have the introduction, prokaryotes and eukaryotes, earliest metazoans, Ediacara fauna, two viewpoints, the traditional view, medusoids, Pentatulaceans, annelids, fossils of unknown affinities, Vendozoan hypothesis, small shelly fauna, small shelly fossils, Precambrian trace fossils, causes of the Cambrian explosion of life, physico-chemical factors, biological evidence on metazoan relationships. Major features of the Phanerozoic record, diversification of invertebrate life, changes in species diversity and habitat, problematic early for Paleozoic fossils, marine evolutionary faunas, climatic and sea level changes, extinction, possible causes of mass extinction, earthbound mechanisms, terrestrial, extraterrestrial mechanisms, late Ordovician, Ashgelian extinction event, late Devonian, Frasnian, Flaminian extinction event, late Permian extinction event, late Triassic Carnian-Norian extinction event, and Cretaceous Tertiary boundary extinction. Okay, then part 2 is the invertebrate phyla. We have sponges, phylum Porifera, sponges, classification, then Desmospongia, peculiar desmosponges, sclerosponges, sheetids, stromatoporoids, sphinctozoans, class Calcarea, class Hexactinellida, Incerticedes, Archaeopsytha, soft parts, organization and ecology, distribution and stratigraphic use, geological importance of sponges, sponge reefs. Then we come to Cnidarians. Okay, class Hydrozoa, Hydroidea, Hydrocorallina, Scyphozoa, Anthozoa, Seri Antipatharia, Octocorallia, corals, Rugosa, Tabulata, Scleractinia, reefs. Okay, then the bryozoans, again important part. Introduction to examples of living bryozoans, Bowerbankia and Smitina. Then the classification, morphology and evolution, ecology and distribution, shallow water bryozoans, reef dwelling bryozoans, deep water bryozoans, stratigraphic use. Then the brachiopods, introduction, morphology, subphylum Brinconelliformia, morphology of three genera, preservation, study and classification of articulated brachiopods, major features of brachiopod morphology, endopunctation and pseudopunctation in shells, subphylum linguliformia, lingula. Okay, then we have ontogeny, classification, evolutionary history, ecology and distribution, ecology of individual species, epifaunal brachiopods, endofaunal brachiopods, brachiopod assemblages and community ecology, Ordovician paleo communities, Silurian paleo communities, Devonian brachiopod assemblages, Permian reef associations, Mesozoic brachiopod associations. Then we come to the mollusks, a lot of mollusks. Then the echinoderms, a lot of echinoderms. Then graptolites is again very important, a lot of graptolites. Okay, especially the questions, how did graptolites live, the range of the graptolites, arthropods, trilobites are very important, with the general morphology, detailed morphology of the trilobites, cuticle, cephalon, glabella, cephalic sutures, hypostome, eyes, cephalic fringes, enrollment and coaptive structures, thorax, pygidium, appendages, trilobite tracks and trails, walking movements in arthropods, different kinds of trilobite trails, life, attitude, habits and ecology, ecdysis, ontogeny, and the other things. Then ichnology is also there, exceptional faunas, which is ichnology, and that is it. This is one of the best books for invertebrate paleontology, better than Amal Das Gupta. Actually, sorry to Amal Das Gupta, but Amal Das Gupta is a good book, but this is actually better than Amal Das Gupta because this only focuses on invertebrate paleontology. Amal Das Gupta didn't, and mostly on invertebrate paleontology. It also has ichnology, but it's a small portion of ichnology. I would recommend also another book on ichnology. I will review about it. Paleontology is a huge subject. The entire geology is a vast subject. But if we hope, if we keep our hopes up and if we keep our strength intact, we can complete this huge, humongous, monstrous but beautiful subject of paleontology, of geology. Hope you like it. Stay tuned for more videos. Until then, tata.